Hi everybody, Dave here.
And Kath.
You know, as an expat, one of the things that worried me about coming to the Philippines was whether I'd be able to find quality meat and be able to find the Western dishes that I like so much.
And that's why we set out on a mission to find Dumaguete's best burger.
That's right. Well, you're probably wondering where we're going for the best burger in Dumaguete. Well, it's not a McDonald's, is it? In fact, we're not even leaving the house. We're going to show you how we make our own burger right here, and then we'll put together a delicious hamburger.
Yes.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Alrighty, so in order to make your own burger, you don't really have to spend a lot of money. In fact, we pick up this low-cost grinder on Shopee. I think it was like $25 total, shipped and everything, which was like 1,200 plus 200 shipping pesos. And, you know, it came with a little sausage stuffer and a couple different size grinding plates. But this would only be good if you're just going to do a small amount at a time, you know, maybe 1 or 2 kilos, or, you know, just piecemeal at a time. We ended up after just a short period of time, because we did like to do 3, 4, maybe even 5 kilos at a time, and ended up purchasing a different one. And this is I believe it's called a Tyson. We found this on Facebook Marketplace, and it was only 9,500 Philippine pesos, which is about $170 US at the time. It's a very high quality. I believe it's a half horsepower, and man, it has been amazing. It will just grind through anything you throw at it. They are available new on Shopee for around 15 to 16K. So that's an option as well. But if you just keep your eyes open, you might be able to find one at a good price. We also picked up a couple patty makers. We've got one that's adjustable, so you can make different thicknesses and different weights of burgers. And then we have one that we purchased for sausage, because we also make pork sausage. And we'll cover that as well. So let's get started. All right, so the very first thing you need to do is to get your chute and the grinding plate attached to your grinder. We've let this sit in the freezer for about an hour so that it gets good and cold. You can see it's got frost on it. That's to help keep your meat from getting too warm and then kind of greasy and oily. So you're just gonna put it up in here, like that. And then there's these little plates here. Why don't you grab that other nut there, baby?
Okay. It's almost.
Got it?
Yes.
Nice and tight. There we go. All right, so now we got the grinder plate on, and we're using the medium plate. Ours comes with 4 different plates. There's a fine, a medium, a coarse, and an ultra coarse. And we found that by grinding through the medium twice makes the best grind for us. And you may want to experiment for yourself. Your grinder is going to come with an actual plunger there, the red. And then the white piece there is a sausage stuffer. And that's used if you're going to stuff casings with like hot dogs and kielbasa and things like that. What we got here is 2 kilos of chuck shoulder and a half a kilo of pork belly, and mostly just the fat off the belly. There's a little bit of pork in there, but mostly just the fat. The reason is because the beef here in the Philippines is very, very lean. If you see the cows out in the field, you can see why. It's so hot they just really don't need to build up a big fat layer. So we're going to put a little bit of pork fat in there, which is awesome. And in this case, we're going to put 20% pork fat and 80% lean chuck shoulder. All right, and what we're going to do is load up our tray with our 3 pounds of meat. You have, again, 2 kilos of the chuck shoulder and a half a kilo of the pork fat. You want to lay them all in here so that you can like intermix them, so that as you grind this, you're kind of mixing that fat in as you go. And let's get started with that.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move it here and just make sure that the fat and the lean meat are kind of mixed together. And don't worry if you don't get it too perfect because we're gonna run it again into the grinder. So they're all gonna be mixed.
Kind of cold in your fingers, ain't it?
Yeah, but it's a nice kind of cold.
You can see the bright red coloring of that meat, and that's before, that's without any kind of coloring added like they do in the United States, which is probably why in the markets here you don't see it looking nice and red. If it sits there even more than an hour or two, it's going to start turning brown. But here, when it's freshly ground, it looks so nice. So yeah, we're going to like that a lot.
Okay, next step is running it again to the grinder. And now that our meat is ground, we'd like to shape it into like a ball or an elongated ball so that it's easier for us to drop it into the chute and grind it again.
Okay, you can see from the mix here that we've got a good distribution of the fat throughout the beef. And now it's time to put it through the grinder one more time. And this is going to help incorporate a little bit and bring those coarser grind to a little more medium grind for us, which is perfect for burgers.
Here we're going to use the plunger because we don't want to grind our fingers since this is no longer in one piece. So I'm just gonna start now.
And as you can see, it's mixed really good. The fat is now better dispersed throughout the meat. And we've got a nice mixture of beef ready to be pattied up. Fantastic.
Yay.
All right, last step is to simply put it in the freezer, let it chill back up so we can make patties. All right, now that we've got Dumaguete's best ground beef, now we need to make Dumaguete's best burger patties. Ladies and gentlemen, we would like to introduce you to our Claire Bear. She's our daughter, and she's the most amazing young Filipina ever. Say hi, Claire.
Hi.
All right, Claire, so what are we going to do now?
So we will make a patty which is circle. So we have to put it inside this thing.
The patty maker?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. All right.
But before that, we need to weigh our patties, make sure that we have even sizes when it's cooked.
Yes.
Good idea.
It's 123, give or take. It's closer to 120, so. And now that we have our burger weighed out, all we have to do is to make the actual patty. We have to lay it on our burger press, and lay another paper patty on top of it.
And now we have to press it, then open it up.
Wow.
There you go, a perfect quarter-pound burger.
Yay!
Yay!
Okay, guys, now you know where to get the best burger in Dumaguete, right at home. It's really easy, and it doesn't cost a lot of money to get the equipment to do that. And as you can tell, I mean, it takes no time at all to make your own quality ground beef. Now, that doesn't mean you can't find it in local grocery stores, but I just really wasn't happy with the overall quality. And the fact that I'm used to that red, bright, beautiful meat that you get in the U.S., well, I just didn't find that here. One thing we didn't cover, though, was where we sourced our meat from. So if we didn't get it from the grocery stores, where do we get it from?
We do get our meat from the so-called wet market. That is our local stores where the everyday butchered meats are being sold. And unlike fish, chicken, or pork, beef is not available every day. So what we did is ask the vendor when do they normally butcher their beef, and we realized that it's every Sunday and Wednesday. So we choose a Sunday because we also go to the market on that day.
Yeah.
So around 5:30 a.m. we made sure that we are already at the wet market. to get the meat that we need. And so if once we have our beef, we do the same thing with our pork. It's a different store, but they're very close to each other. And the pork that they're selling there is sold out every day, so you can guarantee that it's always fresh.
Yeah. So, in short, Kath was able to contact the actual meat vendors, find out when their freshest meat was available and what time they opened, so that we could go there and get the choice cuts that we wanted, like the shoulder, the pork belly, the tenderloin, what have you, and get it early, and as soon as the animal was butchered. That allows us to put together the absolute freshest meat on the table. It's fantastic. It's better than what I've gotten in the U.S. by far. So again, thank you for watching our video. We hope you found it useful. Watch our upcoming videos for some more recipes and how-tos, because we're going to bring a lot of Western dishes here to the Philippines. And thanks to Kath's Great Cooking, as you can tell, I've been doing just fine. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video. See ya.
See you.
That should be good.
Yeah, that should be good.